All right, guys, it is Friday morning. I'm almost at the school for my first day. I am about 20 minutes early. They wanted me here at 10:30. Right now it's about 10:10. But that's all right. Better early than late. Plus, I decided to walk. Got lost briefly trying to take a shortcut. Shortcuts are not what they appear to be here sometimes. They wind up being a dead end. Somebody's backyard with their fence. Anyway, got turned around. And I'm all good to go now. Yeah, I was debating whether to take a tuk-tuk or not. I figured maybe my very first time take a tuk-tuk. And then I can always walk back and forth, but you know me, I like to walk. Even if it means, woo, I'm pretty sweaty. But I got a lot of time now to sit down, get my paperwork taken care of, and cool down before my class starts. Here's the school right here. There it is. So, I'm going to let you guys go for now, and I'll talk to you later. Alright guys, it's now about 1:30, 1:40 in the afternoon. Just finished my first official classes, 2 of them. I do have to go back at 5. I have 3 more this evening. And for the most part, it went the way I expected it to go. What I had envisioned, things I've read about. But as always here in Cambodia, there were some twists that that I was not aware of that happened. Nothing I couldn't handle. The first one was when I went in for my interview Monday. I saw children, of course, young children. All right, I had just kept talking. The sunlight is hitting my screen, so I did not know that for some reason my camera shut off. I don't know why. Anyway, I saw young children, kindergarten, first, second grade, that kind of thing. But those are not for me to teach, apparently, because I taught 2 classes. One you would call junior high school age, I guess. 13, 14-year-olds. Hey, what's up? No, thank you. The second class were definitely high schoolers and above. 16, 17. A couple 18-year-olds. I believe one was 19. So, I was not expecting to teach high schoolers. There's just kind of a different style you have to use when they get older. But the good news is, for the most part, they were all there to learn. Oh, nothing. They were all there to learn. We got to know each other a little bit. I told them, I took 10 minutes out of each class and told them about me, where I'm from. They were allowed to ask questions. And the questions in both classes, of course, were what's typical all over here. They always want to know the same thing. They want to know about your family. Do you have any brothers or sisters? They want to know how old you are. They want to know if you're married. They want to know if you have children. And then I gave them each a chance to let me know their name and tell me one thing about themselves. One thing they would want somebody to know if you first met them. Like, my name is Boone, and I like playing music, or playing the guitar, or reading books, you know, whatever. Believe it or not, knowing that really has a any effect on how you can teach. The things people like are an indication of the styles you can use to teach them. If they're more visual, if they're more sound oriented, if they need more or less physical activity when they're learning to help them speed up the process, that kind of thing. But yeah, both classes went well. Of course, the older class didn't seem to be as interested as the first class. You could tell a couple of them were in there doing the bare minimum, mumbling the words. I think they were just ready to go home and eat lunch. But that's all right. I thought it was going to be a big, nervous wreck when I first started teaching. I thought as soon as I got into that first classroom and stared at all them faces wanting me to teach them something, I might panic. But I'm happy to say everything went well. I like the lesson books they gave me. For the most part. But there was some confusion about some of the wording in the workbook compared to how I would actually speak as an American English speaker. Well, one of the lessons was on using commas and periods in sentences to describe some things. And they had no idea what a period was. They knew about commas, and so I didn't have to spend much time telling them what a comma does or where to use it in a sentence, but they had no idea about periods. And the reason is that the book is either from Australia or the United Kingdom, I forget which, the workbook they use, but they call it a full stop. A full stop. They don't call it a period. So I had to explain in the United States, in our English language, we call the dot that goes at the end of the sentence a period. But full stop is something I learned today. That I will probably start using to avoid confusion. But I will also be sure to tell them, since part of the reason they wanted me is for my American accent. If I find words like that that are the same but different, I'll explain it to them, introduce them to the new word that we use in American English, but also let them know either one is fine. If they were to tell me there's a full stop at the end of this word, I would know that they mean that's where they put the period. So, couple surprises there. The age of the kids wasn't what I thought it would be, and some of the language in the book is different. And there's also a couple typos in the book. Yikes! But when I'm repeating sentences where I see a typo, I do not repeat the typo. I will write it on the board and cross out the typo, or just not even acknowledge it in the first place. The other big thing, not really a big thing. Nothing was a big thing. I really enjoyed myself. I had a good time. Looking forward to going back tonight. But it was my understanding I was going to be teaching vocabulary, pronunciation, things of that nature. But some of the exercises that I had to do out of the book went beyond that. At one point, they had to fill in the blanks of a sentence with either the words "that's," THAT', or "those are." Of course, the main difference being, if you're saying that's something, it usually refers to just a single object, right? That's a pen. That's a window. If you only have one window, somebody comes in, oh, that's your window. You know that. Well, of course, "those are" refers to things that are plural. There's more than one of them. So I had to explain that. But the thing I liked is looking at their answers as they were writing them down, just strolling around the room, looking over their shoulders. Very, very few mistakes. Most of them understood it, picked it up, back on track. So yeah, it was about what I expected, but in a lot of ways not what I expected at all. But the bottom line is, it was all good. Like I said, 3 more hours tonight. And then I'm seriously going to have to consider getting a bicycle or a moto. That is a long walk. I walked there earlier. But now, even with the clouds, it's really humid because it's going to rain at some point. Hopefully before I leave. Whew, and these dress clothes are not made for walking around in this kind of heat. But yeah, I bring my hiking shoes in my bag, so at least I could take off my dress shoes while I walk around. Also, I don't have to wear a tie. They like a button-up shirt, long pants. Tie's optional. I like that. Brought one with me just in case. Nobody said anything, didn't wear it. All right, back at the apartment. Gonna get something to eat and lounge around naked in front of a fan. Talk to you later. All right, guys, it's now Friday night, almost 8:30. I apologize for all the dark video, but there's a reason for that, and that reason is because it's dark. My camera does not work well in the dark. But anyway, just finished my last class. I did have to take a tuk-tuk to the school at 5 because it was raining. They wanted me there at 4:30, of course. They like their teachers to be there a half hour early so that they can get any changes to the schedule, know what rooms you're going to be in, because you will not be in the same room for the whole time. Out of my 5 classes today, I was in the same room 3 times, and 2 other rooms 2 other times. So, and they will also let you know if there's any cancellations to the classes. So they like you to be there at a half hour early, is what I'm saying. But at 4 o'clock it was raining. 4:15 it was still drizzling. At that point I had to take a tuk-tuk, otherwise I would have been late getting there. And I was so close to being able to tell you guys I only spent $1 today. $1 on the way to work, on the way to work. For my first class I stopped and I did get a coffee for $1. But that was all the money I spent. I came home after my 1 o'clock class, and Sung made me a great, delicious bowl of noodles with pork and some veggies. It was great. I was hungry too. But yeah, I thought I could get by walking there and back and only spending $1, but the rain ruined it. I had to spend $3 today. $2 for the tuk-tuk. Actually, $2.50 for the tuk-tuk. It was only $2, but I felt bad because that's the same guy that took me the other time, and I didn't quite have enough change, so I kind of owed him 50 cents. I thought. He said forget about it, it doesn't matter, I'm not worried about it, but I feel bad about things like that, so I just gave him a 10,000 real note and called it even. 10,000 real is of course $2.50. Anyway, so my first day observations. I'll make it real quick so this video isn't too long. Most of the kids are older, I already told you that. But they all seem very eager to learn. I like that. In almost every instance today, at least 3 or 4 students did not show up until after class has started. I'm not too cool with that. I'm not too cool with that simply because I already introduced myself. I went through the questions. And then they come in, they didn't get that knowledge. I've already started a course, already started a chapter, and we have to kind of go back and help them catch up so everybody's on the same wavelength. But I guess this is normal. They say that will happen all the time. So I guess if they're not worried, neither am I. But after this last class, I talked to the director, and he told me I can feel free to improvise if I need to, if I want to. I can use video, audio things in class if I want to. Bring my computer. They have Wi-Fi. I can show them little clips on something that will contain the vocabulary they want to use, all this good stuff. So I can kind of insert my own methods if I wish. So that will be something to remember next week. Hello, people. I'm stopping here in one of my favorite shops. There's 2 right here, one right over there. I can get something to drink anywhere. It's a good thing. Well, I need something too. Gonna get me a nice cold Sprite. Ooh, look at that, nice and cold. Just a small one today. Normally I get the big ones, but ooh, it's too much sugar. Too much sugar. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go now. I'll talk to you in the next one.